All right, let's dive into something we spend about a third of our lives doing, but most of us, we don't really get what's going on. We're talking about sleep. Today, we're breaking down the essential science of sleep and why it's so critical for restoration, all based on the fantastic work of Dr. Chetana Kripalu and her 7 foundational pillars of holistic health and wellness.
So, first things first, let's get on the same page. When you hear the word health, what comes to mind? For a lot of us, it just means, well, not being sick. But Dr. Kripalu pushes us to aim higher, for wellness. That's not just the absence of disease, it's about feeling vibrant, energetic, feeling wonderful all over. It's a total game changer of a perspective, right?
Okay, so if that feeling of vibrant wellness is our goal, we have to talk about one of the biggest roadblocks standing in our way, and that's sleep. Or, more accurately, the lack of it. And you might be surprised by just how big this problem really is.
Take a look at this number, 2.5 million. Just let that sink in for a second. It's a huge, staggering number, and it points to a massive, hidden crisis happening every single night.
That's right. 2.5 million Americans are dealing with insomnia. And we're not just talking about a few restless nights here and there. This is a chronic issue, often fueled by the constant anxiety and stress of our modern world. Our bodies get stuck in that fight or flight mode, and you just can't rest when you feel like you're constantly running from a tiger.
But here's the good news. Our bodies are actually hardwired to rest. There's this beautiful, elegant internal science that's supposed to govern our sleep. So let's pull back the curtain and look at how this amazing nightly dance is supposed to work.
I love this because it's so simple. Just think of your body's hormones as being on a seesaw. During the day, one side is up high. That's cortisol, the hormone that keeps us awake, alert, and functioning. But as night comes, that side of the seesaw goes down, and the other side comes up. That's melatonin and other incredible hormones that signal to your entire body that it's time for deep rest.
And the process is just fascinating. It all starts with sunlight in the morning. That light literally hits a tiny pea-sized gland deep in your brain, the pineal gland, and that's the trigger to release cortisol. Then, as the sun goes down, those cortisol levels naturally begin to fall. That's the green light for the nighttime crew, like melatonin, to clock in and guide you into that all-important deep sleep.
So what is the big deal about deep sleep anyway? What's actually happening when we're finally out? Well, this is when your body's night shift takes over. And believe me, it's armed with some incredible superpowers for healing and repair.
At its core, the main job of sleep is surprisingly simple. It's to disconnect your conscious mind from your body. It's about getting your brain and all its worries out of the way so that those vital, restorative hormones can finally get down to business without any interruptions.
And what kind of business are we talking about? This is serious stuff. Your body is running a full-on maintenance check. Your liver is in overdrive, detoxifying your system. Your cells are creating new proteins to repair muscles. Your hormones are all getting rebalanced, and your body is conserving energy to recharge for the next day. None of this essential work gets done if you don't sleep.
Dr. Kripalu uses this perfect analogy that I love. Think of your body as a car. You wouldn't drive your car for 100,000 miles without ever getting an oil change, right? It would break down. Well, sleep is that essential nightly service. It's the tune-up. If you keep skipping it, the whole system starts to wear down, and that's where long-term problems can begin.
So sleep is obviously a massive deal, but it's also not an island. It doesn't work in a vacuum. Let's zoom out for a second and see where it fits into the bigger picture of our total wellness.
In Dr. Kripalu's framework, you can see these foundational pillars. And yeah, sleep and rest is right there, a huge, critical piece. But look how it's all connected. Stress, nutrition, movement, reducing the toxins we're exposed to. They all influence each other. You can't just fix one without supporting the others. It's all part of one big system.
So if there's one key takeaway, it's this incredibly simple cause and effect relationship. When you don't get enough sleep, the direct effect is inflammation and a disrupted immune system. But when you do get that solid 7 to 8 hours, you restore what's called homeostasis, your body's natural, happy state of balance, and you fully recharge your energy. It's that straightforward.
We'll end with this thought from Dr. Kripalu. She calls sleep the body's reset button. It's not a luxury, it's not optional, it is a fundamental biological need for repair. So the real question to ask yourself is this: when was the last time you truly hit that reset button and let your entire system have a complete reboot?